for June 2018. Alright, I'm going to cut the cards. The first card is a Knight of Cups, Five of Wands, Nine of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords. I have Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Karma, Three of Pentacles. Okay, lots of pentacles here. Well, significant. You have three pentacles, and you have some cups and swords and wands, a little bit of everything. You only have one major arcana card, and that's Karma. And of course, this is also about judgment. So remember, karma is about everything that's happened in the past, every decision that you've made coming to the fore. It's your judgment day. And it's also about realizing your destiny, because every decision you make puts you on a path. And each decision, every different decision can put you on a different path. It's also about recognizing those greater forces, that when you make a decision, it's just not you. Those are decisions that affect everybody in the world. And that philosophy just simply comes from the fact that we're all connected, and everything that we do affects the universe and everybody in the universe. So the karma card is about destiny and fate, and understanding the bigger picture here of what you're doing. So that's your only major arcana card. But what I find interesting as far as the pentacles is that you have that Page of Swords here in the middle. And the Page of Swords is about addressing conflict. It's also about addressing that conflict with courage, not being afraid to speak up. Sometimes the Page of Swords is about truth. And I think that's pretty interesting. I feel like Capricorn, in this reading, as far as your relationship, you also have this little bit of conflict here with this Five of Wands. And for some reason I feel like this Five of Wands through the Page of Swords, through the Karma card, is sort of telling me that this message: please don't know what the big picture is, and don't get stuck on particular conflicts in the relationship. Don't allow conflicts to end up being bigger than they really need to be. And you know, Capricorn, as an earth sign, you can be stubborn, but earth is solid. It represents it moves very slowly, and that steady, strong foundation is probably one of the best qualities of most earth signs. So it's interesting that you have all of this Five of Wands and conflict, and then you have the swiftness of the sword, and then you have karma over here, and the scenario that's coming to me is how can you deal with this disagreement or this obstacle that's coming into the relationship, and seeing the bigger picture here. At the same time, not necessarily surrendering. Now, your pentacles are interesting here, because you got that Two of Pentacles, 3 and 4, 2, 3, and 4. So you're at the early stage of a cycle here, an early stage of growth and understanding. And usually that Two of Pentacles is about being very busy, finding ways to make it work in spite of the chaos, and finding your zone, and just learning how to adapt, actually. Okay. Sometimes it can mean making that choice. Someone's trying to avoid commitment. They're still trying to maybe even juggle two relationships, and maybe that's the conflict that's going on here. Maybe you're trying to juggle two relationships. And then you have the Four of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles in your future. The Four of Pentacles is about staying put, holding on to what you have, not willing to take risks. And maybe that's a good thing, because then the last card here that's in your future for this relationship is a Three of Pentacles. And as always, 3 is that magical number. Two forces come together to create a third. This is about recognition and using your gifts to achieve great things. So as far as your energy, especially with these pentacles, which represent Earth, it's about you being you, doing you in this relationship, and knowing when to move forward, and knowing when to stay put, and knowing which battles to choose carefully in this relationship. Now you have some cups here. Water nurtures Earth. Water and Earth need each other. They're complementary. And it's funny that these two cards with water are surrounding this Five of Wands. And it's something that I've been seeing in these readings for the month of June. One element sandwiched between two other elements. So you have this Knight of Cups. Maybe it's someone coming, approaching you for a relationship, someone offering their love. And it could just mean basically you and this other person are in love, and that you're in a relationship, or you're starting a relationship. And then you come into this fiery conflict with Five of Wands, and then you end up with the Nine of Cups, which is about socializing and being happy with the people that you love, being happy with your friends. And so I feel like even though there's a little bit of conflict, that doesn't necessarily mean the relationship is bad and it's going to fail. Okay. It just simply means that you have to go. Water is so fluid and it adapts. Water, you know, I remember something Bruce Lee said, be like water, because water adapts and it flows to whatever is surrounding it, whether it's in a cup or a bowl or a cylinder or a bottle. Water is fluid and it adjusts, and it's able to go around obstacles or over obstacles. So that's what I'm seeing here with that Knight of Cups. This romantic connection that's going on, and getting past the conflict. And then you get to this lovely Nine of Cups here, where there seems to be, you know, you two are enjoying each other's company. There's a sense of happiness, going out a lot, being together. It's also the wish card. It means if the Nine of Cups shows up, usually in tarot, it means that a wish will come true. So that's when we get here to the juggling, and then defending truth and honor and resolving those conflicts. And then more defensiveness, because as you can see, this young woman is holding up a card. She's holding up her wand in this card, and she's preparing for a conflict here, another conflict. So it's important, Capricorn, that yes, use your earth energy for good, but also try to be adaptable, and try not to get in your own way in regards to this relationship. I'm fully aware that this other person might be a little bit challenging for you, that maybe they're avoiding commitment, maybe they're inconsistent, and it's quite possible that this Knight of Cups is relating it's relating to someone who's actually in your life. So yeah, they might come on strong and they're in love, and you'll be together, and then those everyday materialistic conflicts come up that come between you. And that's what I'm seeing with the Wands, where both of you seem to be at odds. Okay, and so the Page of Swords, I feel it's useful here in the middle, because it's about not getting into petty arguments, seeing the bigger picture, and not letting, and just choosing your battles wisely. As we come here, as I said, those two, we have another sandwich. It's sort of like a karma sandwich here, where you are just being cautious here in a relationship, or you might need to be cautious here, because there's a lot of shifts and changes coming with the karma card. And you never know where you end up when karma comes. When I see karma coming up in a relationship reading, I'm meaning things that you might not see or understand why they're happening. And there's a cycle of change. The karma card can be pretty dramatic. And whatever happens in karma, usually it's because of something that we put out there, a decision that we made, or an action. And so it feels like this karma is coming along to help you, because you're ending up here with that Three of Pentacles, and that you and this person, you know, whatever struggles or conflicts, like, you know, someone working a job, a long distance relationship, or an issue that you two have been arguing about a lot, it feels as if karma is just going to get you back, at least get you back in a better place. So you have to work with karma. You have to be adaptable and flexible and work with changes, and approach things in a way with this with your partner or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, in a way to where you both can get through this conflict together. And the outcome card I have for you is the High Priestess. So this is interesting. You have the High Priestess is also about listening to your inner wisdom and your intuition. And you can see the High Priestess. She's seated on her throne over this moon. The moon is always about the subconscious. But you also see her between those two pillars here. And that's important as well, because she's sitting in judgment here. She understands everything. And she's working with her intuition and her psychic gifts. And she's always calm and in control of those gifts. And she's always understanding. She doesn't panic over everything, because she trusts her intuition. She trusts that everything is going to work out for good. It's also about a time to just try to be more understanding, instead of allowing our subconscious and our worst natures get the better of us. Okay. So you'll be fine, Capricorns, but I feel like you might be going through a little bit of a test here, with some underlying conflicts in the relationship, real life issues with job and work, you know, even previous relationships. But I feel like all of that is working towards your greater good. So that was your reading, and once again, I want to thank everyone for your concern, your emails. I shared last month that winter was pretty tough for me, especially in regards to my health. But I'm in a better place. I'm feeling much healthier. Thank you so much for those of you who sent emails and posted to my Facebook page. Take care. I will definitely see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light.